Was you trying to make me cry in front of everybody, man?
Yeah, that's the point.
One word of advice. Buy TV, don't spend it on Hooker.
Super Russ. I'm the last character on my Justice League team with these four babes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Simply Super Episode 8, the Halloween special. I'm Batman.
I'm Super Jason. Oh, man. People are missing out if they don't catch this stream. I mean, man,
I know, man, for real.
I laughed so hard.
Decked out. Possibly the only time anybody will ever see me with abs.
Super Russ has been working out hard for this stream today. He put in the work.
The utility belt actually has pouches that work.
Oh, man.
A couple quick announcements before we get started with the show. I now have Simply Super merch available on my Redbubble store. Click the link below to check it out. It's the perfect thing to wear while you're watching us.
That's right. Love it. Love it. I need to buy some. I don't have any merch. So.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll get pins, I guess. Good to get me a Simply Super mug.
That's the bad thing about using Redbubble. I'd have to buy my own merch to be able to show
it. You're going to have to show the bedspread and stuff, mate, and the shower curtain.
I know it for real, man. Who wouldn't want to shower and sleep with us? Come on. You can do it every day with the Simply Super merch available on my Redbubble store right now.
What
shower
other links?
Curtain, blankets, socks, the whole deal.
What other links are down there, mate?
I have my Patreon below. I have my Redbubble store. And I think that's it right now.
Slab City.
I actually don't have that below yet. Add it later.
I'll help you out here. That's right. This is the crossover you always ask for, Matt.
Batman versus Jason.
Super Jason. All right. So, what are we doing today, mate?
We are doing a kind of a Halloween special. We're going to talk some horror movies, show some scary comics, and hopefully entertain everybody.
Yeah, Russ couldn't make it today, Gray. All right, so do you want to start off with covers? We'll show off some covers, and then I know we'll finish the rest of the stream by talking horror movies.
Let me do a quick chat shout out.
Yeah, you do that.
We got Comics with Murdoch in here first, who, by the way, is my very first patron supporter. So shout out to him for that. And he's currently running a contest, a road to 600. He's getting close, so if you're not subbed up to him, sub him up. We got Metarog in the house. James, what's up, brother? Matt, the boy who had 7, what's going on? And Gray Man in the house. What's going on, Gray? I think that's it for now.
Thanks for making it.
Fake News Theory just popped in.
What's going on, Jamie?
Right, so you want to start off with the books?
Yeah, let's share some books. Everyone likes comic books here. So yeah, I chose all indie because I knew you had some deceased or DC stuff, so I figured I'll go indie. So the first one, I like showing off this book because I bought this recently. I first saw this book. I think I saw Unruly Simeon post it on Instagram, and I was like, I would love to have that book. So at first, it looks like just a look-worthy cover, right? There's nothing scary about that, but if you look closely, there's a whole lot of freakiness going on in the water there. I don't know if you can see, sorry. Because, yeah, Nice House on the Lake is a bit of a, I wouldn't call it horror, but has horror vibes. So, yeah, a lot of spooky hands going on down there. And, yeah, I love this cover. Mwah.
Pretty cool.
Nice. Boom. John Gallagher, I think, cover did that. Nice one, James.
Thanks for dropping the link, brother. Right, my first one up is called Outcast. I haven't actually read it, but I think it's a zombie story.
Oh, nice.
Let me blow it up here.
Those image firsts are really cool, man. I picked up a bunch of them a little while back in a just a cheap bin. I think it's meant to be quite good. I've heard it's good.
I need to read it.
Hey, Tony. Yes, great, man. I will check that out. Thank you very much.
What's up, Tony?
Okay. We're going to blast through these today, I think. All right, so what one's next? I'll show this one. This is a current series which is out at the moment. It's a 5-issue mini. I think the 4th issue just recently came out, so it hasn't finished yet. But this is Bunny Mask.
Oh, nice. I actually almost bought that.
Yeah, the first issue is pretty good, and then I read the second issue. I wasn't into the second issue as much as it was the first, so I'm getting them all, but I just haven't sort of picked it up since the second issue because it was a bit weird. But yeah, pretty scary. I'm scared.
Oh, I forgot to zoom in. I'm lacking on my job, man.
No, mate, you're doing great. I forgot all about the chat. There you go. So yeah, interesting book. I need to blow my nose. I'm back in 1 sec.
All right. My next cover up is a Wonder Woman cover, but it's kind of spooky looking. It's a Jimmy Frison issue 57. Love this cover. Love the art style on it.
Man, you were able to squeeze in some prison.
The eyes. This is the creepiest lick-worthy cover I have. Where you want to, but you sort of worry about having to get a tetanus shot later.
Or losing your tongue.
Yeah.
Man, well played. I didn't even think of covers like that. There's probably so many great ones. Like I literally spent last night taking forever to find I found 4 really quickly, and then the 5th one it took me a while. Because I was trying to stay away from the DC stuff. But yeah, at the end, if you want, I can show you all the deceased stuff because I think the deceased movie variants are just some of the best covers ever. I think so. All right, my next one. I haven't read this book. I found it in a back issue bin, and it looked cool. And I like picking up first issues. This is a Maria Lovett book called Heartbeat. Ooh,
No, that's pretty wild looking.
pretty spooky.
I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
Yeah, I've read a bit of Maria Lovett stuff. It's always very weird. What did I read of hers recently? She's writing Porcelain, which is out at the moment. That's a bizarre story.
Is that the one that had the homage cover to the first Harley Quinn?
Yeah, the Alex Ross cover. Yeah, they did homage to that, and also the first solo Harley Quinn as well. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, found that pretty cheap, and I was like, I'll get it. First issues. Love finding first issues in the back issue bins.
But my next one up, I think it's an actual third print, but it's Deceased Dead Planet, Poison Ivy.
Oh yes.
I believe it's a Peach Momoko cover.
Yes.
I thought that was kind of fitting for Halloween covers.
Nice. Oh, I didn't know you had that one.
I actually got this. This was part of an AOK I got from Daymares a while back.
Nice.
I think it's the only book I have in the Dead Planet run. 1 of 7.
Yeah, I don't think I've read The Last Deceased. I read the first two. The first one I really liked, but you haven't read the first one either, have you?
No, I've got the whole series, but I still haven't read it.
You should read it, man. Just because, there's this. Like, I always forget the stuff I read, right? Because my memory's so bad. But there are some books which just have really memorable moments, and Deceased has a really memorable moment in the story. So, and Dead Planet does too. There's Dead Planet was the second one. Matt's seen it, but I won't spoil what I'm talking about in the first one. But in the second one, there's that scene where they're on the bus, and yeah, it's a really cool moment. All right, we're getting through these pretty quick, but that's all good. We can talk horror movies for days, right? So this next one is from one of the most hyped up indie series of all time. So Something's Killing the Children, when it came out, I didn't jump on because I was like, it was too late. I already missed out on the first few issues, and I was like, I'm not going to go back and chase them up. And then this cover I really like, so I really wanted to get this cover, and I think it's one of the scarier covers in the series, which is that one there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's a badass cover. So this was, I think, the first Something's Killing Children issue that I ever got. And it was all based on the cover. I love the issue 5. The issue 5 is probably my favorite cover in the whole series, but yeah, this is a good one too. Yeah, man, you got to read it, Russ. It's good stuff. Like I just decided I really want to read it so bad that I ended up buying all the trades. So I've got I bought the first 3 trades, and then I bought the last story arc in single issues because it was kind of easier to get by then.
I'm definitely planning on getting the trade soon. This next one up is a DC book. It's actually a Justice League America book. And Simon, you actually gave me the idea to pull this one. It's issue 27, The Exorcist homage.
Yeah, I need to get that. I actually don't have that one, and I'm watching one on eBay at the moment for like $5, but $5 is sometimes a lot.
Yeah. Oh, with the shipping, I'm sure it'd be kind of rough.
I think it's local actually, but it's just
Really?
like I got so many books on my watch list. It's like to pick and choose when I'm ready to buy it.
Exorcist was one of those movies I saw when I was way too young.
Oh, really?
And it scarred me for a little while. But I've always loved this cover.
Yeah, it's a great one. It's a very good one. Jamie, I do have issue 1 of Something's Killing the Children. I got the Frizzen variant, and then I got like later prints like the 7th and 8th print and all that sort of stuff.
Hey, Mark, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining.
The vomit is everywhere. Yeah, I know, right? The language is what gets me in that movie. It's pretty full on.
Yeah.
Okay, so my 5th one is I wanted to show one of these covers, and it took me forever to find this. I didn't know where they were, but I found it. And this is a recent series which went bonkers for their covers. You pay top dollar for these. Stray Dogs.
Oh, nice.
This is like one of those really late, like 50th prints or whatever it was. But is that 28 Days Later? Is that the movie?
Yeah. Love that movie. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. So yeah, some of these covers were so good. And I've got the first issue. I've got the Silence of the Lambs one, which goes for a lot. And then because I hadn't read it when they kept coming out, I decided not to get them until I'd read issue 1, which I still haven't done. And I was like, I'll be able to get them. And I was like, yeah, good luck. I'm not getting them. But I was, so I've got them all now except for issue 4 because I got the later prints. And I had an issue 4 at Big City, but I don't know if I bought it and lost it or it's just, I don't know what happened. But yeah, great covers. And apparently the story is amazing, according to people who have read it.
I've heard it was really good.
I considered the trade. I saw the trade selling on the website. The trade with the Silence of the Lambs cover. I saw it on some website the other day for stupid money. I was like, why is that so expensive? Kind of like the Something's Killing the Children trade that had the Frizzen cover. That was going for stupid money as well.
Actually, there's a 9.4 of Something to Killing the Children with the Frizzen cover in a CBCS slab for $180 right now on eBay.
Oh, dude, I'd get that all day.
Yeah, you think it's worth paying $180 for a 9.4?
It depends. If you ask Matt, the boy who had 7, he'd say no. But
get the 9.8.
I would buy a 9.4 all day to save that money.
Yeah, because I just want it for the cover. Yeah. So I don't really care if it's a 9.4. I just wonder if I could get it cheaper than that at that grade.
I got a 9.6. Oh, thanks, James. I got a 9.6, and I didn't care. I was a little bit peeved because a month before I bought it, I paid 160 Australian dollars. So that's pretty cheap, right? But a month before I bought it, I saw a 9.8 for the same price, $160 Australian, and then I missed out, and I was so pissed off. And then a month later, I saw the same price for a 9.6, and I was like, I need to just get it. I want to own it before it's because that was just as it was about to go crazy.
Yo, what's up, Simply Incredible Podcast?
What's your 5th cover, mate?
All right, the 5th and final cover here is a Nightmare on Elm Street homage. It's Deceased issue 2. I'm having a little bit of a hard time seeing because the glasses are fogging up under the mask.
Shouldn't Batman have some glass defogger kind of thing when he needs it?
It seems like I need some back contact lenses.
That's such a good cover, man.
Yeah, I love this one.
That was see, I'm surprised those covers don't go for bonkers and the Stray Dogs ones. That's probably because of the novelty of having a.
And I actually got this book for like 75 cents. It was part of a 75% off sale on Midtown.
75 cents.
Yeah.
It's too good. Too good. I reckon all movie variants should be like, I don't know, they're so good. I love, like, movie variants are some of my favorite covers.
It's weird how some take off and some like just don't.
Yeah. So I was saying, I think Stray Dogs is probably just the novelty of it being dogs. All right, let me just because I've got my Deceased cover, let's have a look, right. And maybe that could us segue into some of the horror movie talk because obviously they did some great horror movie covers. Oh, hello. All right, so let me just show you the cover A of Deceased, just because I got it signed there by my best friend Tom Taylor. Cool. That was one of the first books I got signed by him. All right, so this is one of my favorites from the series, which was the It cover.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That is so good. That is so good. It was weird because on Titans recently, I was watching the last couple of episodes of Titans, and there was an episode where Nightwing, it's kind of like a dream sequence, and he gets handed a red balloon. I was like, hey, did they steal that from Deceased? There's the Nightmare on Elm Street, the issue 2. And then they did. This is meant to be the Nun, is it?
I can't remember if that's supposed to be the Nun or the Conjuring.
Well, the Conjuring's the one with the tree that you've got.
No, that's the issue I have right there.
You got this one?
Yeah.
Oh no! So this one, I haven't seen the Nun. I don't. So
Yeah, I
on
haven't
Netflix,
either.
I watched The Conjuring just like a few weeks back for the first time, and ever since then on Netflix, it keeps recommending me the Nun, and it keeps coming up with this Nun trailer, and I'm like, no thanks, I'm good. I don't want to have nightmares about that Nun in my bloody room. So this one here is The Conjuring.
Okay.
Remember
don't
the
have
tree?
that.
That's the tree that the girl hung herself on. So yeah,
Was
that's
the
a good one.
Seasoning just a one shot?
Sorry?
Was that book a one shot? The Seasoning?
No. So it's just, I think it's just called Deceasing because of The Conjuring. The
Okay.
one shot was actually the. Actually, no. Sorry, you might be. Yeah. So this one was a Deceased one shot. You're correct actually. So Deceased,
Okay.
A Good Day to Die was kind of like a one shot that came out in the middle of the series, which is, I hate when they do that. It's just so confusing. Like imagine being new to comics and trying to collect that, and they're like, where does this fit in the story? So confusing. And then they did. This one's great. I got this confused at first. I thought this was a Scream cover to begin with, but it's not.
It's Final Destination.
Yeah, I completely for ages I thought it was Scream, and then someone said, "No, it's Final Destination." I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right." They always did those covers where they had the lineup.
Yeah.
Did you like those movies?
Final Destination or Scream?
Yeah, Final Destination.
Oh yeah. I saw the first 3. I think they've made like 5 or 6 of them now though.
I saw one of them in 3D. I can't remember which one it was, but I saw one of them in 3D, and it was I don't know. I really like the idea of 3D movies, but I find they don't really go. Like there was one scene. It was the Final Destination where there's a car race. There's like a NASCAR race or something at the start, and then there's a big crash scene. There's this one bit where this little bolt comes off the car and it flies. It hits like it's like clink, clink, and then it comes at you through the screen. But they need to do more of that for a 3D movie. You know what I mean? That's the whole fun of a 3D movie is things flying out of the screen. But they don't really do it enough. And then there was, I love these how they did all the zombie covers as well.
I've actually got that one too.
Yeah, that's a good one. I
wouldn't
lick that.
Tina did that.
I wouldn't lick that, Harley.
No.
First couple of finals. Yeah, Final Destination was fun. I don't know.
Metarog knows.
Sorry?
Metarog knows. That's a line from the movie.
Only new life can break death's plan. This guy. All right, Metarog, what's this movie then? Because I don't actually know what the cover this is for. Does anybody know?
I have no idea on that one.
She Wants Your Children. Oh wait, that sounds like the curse of Deceased. Is that giving us hints there? Anyone? That's a cool cover though. I love this cover.
That's pretty sweet. I like how Harley's the only one in the reflection.
I think that was. This is meant to be I think that's meant to be a movie cover as well, but I have no idea what that is either. That looks like some 80s. Sorry?
That's one that I couldn't figure out what movie that was supposed to be for.
they kill so fast you won't have time to scream. It wouldn't be like Critters or anything, would it? Remember Critters?
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is that movie called a movie called Outbreak, but I can't really remember much about it.
Yeah, I know, the one with the monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be that. Hey, Biggie, what's going on?
What's up, Biggie?
Oh, it is Critters. There you go. Yeah, Jamie, he's a
Okay.
horror movie guy. Hey, I got it. And I think, oh no, they did more. Sorry, I got this. What's that one? That's a
That's got to
movie.
be an It homage.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it looks like Pennywise's face paint.
Yeah, and it's got the It writing there as well for Deceased.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Then we got that's not really a horror, is it? That's like Full Metal Jacket or something, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Born to Kill.
Yeah.
Reborn to Kill. That's Full Metal Jacket. So that's not really a horror movie. Sorry?
It's a cool cover though.
Yeah, so you know what? They ran out of horror movies, I think, because then they started, that's just Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know in the most recent, in the third series, that's it. In the third series, they kind of started just doing like random movies. Like they did the Blade Runner one. They did what was that other one they did? Birds of Prey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the cover showcase of horror movies.
Next year I'll have more if the show's still going.
Yeah,
If
we'll keep it
YouTube's still
going.
around.
If YouTube's still around. Did you watch the new Scream trailer?
I haven't seen the new trailer yet.
So I didn't really have interest in it because I thought it was a reboot.
Yeah.
And it just happened to start playing. You know, have you ever, on YouTube when it plays an ad, sometimes it plays a trailer, right? Like I was watching a Grey Man video one day and it played the Batman trailer as an ad. So I watched the whole thing. But yeah, I saw the Scream trailer finally. And I wish I did a reaction video because it blew my mind because I was watching it thinking, oh, this is a reboot and all that sort of stuff, which I don't really care about. But it's not. It's totally a sequel. Like Nev Campbell shows up and I'm like, what the hell? And then David Arquette, Courtney Cox, they all show up and I'm like, this is crazy. So I'm actually
cool. I didn't know they were all coming back.
Sorry?
I didn't know they were all coming back.
Yeah. So I'm actually kind of excited for it. So I rewatched the first two recently. I can't remember. I didn't know there was 4 Scream movies. I remember there being 3.
Yeah. They made a 4th one like probably 10 or 15 years after the 3rd one came out. It had
maybe that's the one. There was that one where I remember at the start of it, they did like the horror trailer things where you think you're watching the start of the movie, and then it turns out you're just watching a trailer, and they do it like 3 or 4 times. I couldn't remember if that was the 3rd or the 4th.
The only thing I remember about the 4th is it had the girl from the show Heroes in it. I can't remember her name.
Hayden Panettiere.
She played the cheerleader. Yeah. She
Save
played
the
the cheerleader
cheerleaders.
on Heroes. She was in the 4th Scream movie.
Yeah, she was going out with one of the Klitschko brothers, which is crazy because they're giant. She's tiny. Yeah. I'm sure I've seen it. I just can't remember because the first two, like the first movie, I used to watch that so much, like just over and over. The final scene when you find out who the killers are, I used to watch that scene over and over because Matthew Lillard was one of my favorite actors.
Yeah,
he was awesome. So I was very happy when he got the role of Shaggy.
Yeah. Did you see him in 13 Ghosts?
Yes.
That was
that movie. That was another movie. The trailer looked really good, and I feel like the movie wasn't quite as good as what the trailer made it look.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it.
I like the concept of it. How you can only see them with the glasses and all that sort of stuff.
It's crazy, that scene in it where the glass door came down and it split the dude in half, but like half this way. And his front slid down and you just saw like the brains and guts on the inside. That was probably the coolest scene in the movie.
Have you watched Squid Game?
No.
It's pretty good. pretty
Is
good.
it a movie?
No, so it's a series. So it's on Netflix, and it kind of, I don't know how or why it went viral, but everyone started talking about it, so I checked it out, and it's pretty damn good. It's basically, it's kind of like I call it like kind of like Saw crossed with like Hunger Games.
Oh,
So it's about it's about like these people who are all like in debt, and they kind of all get, I guess, kind of kidnapped and taken to this place to play this game where they kind of can die. I won't give too much away, but yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. It's a good game. Yeah, everyone's been watching it. It's yeah, it was one of those things. Normally, I don't care about those things, but I watched the first episode. I was like, this was pretty good. And then the second episode, I didn't care too much. I was like, I don't care if I don't watch this or not. And then I kept it going, and man, there are some episodes that are so damn good. I nearly teared up in one of them. I've only teared up once in a movie, only once.
Was
but
it
yeah, there was an
Twilight?
episode. Sorry,
Was it
Twilight? That's even worse. The one movie and when I say teared up, I just mean one tear rolled down my eye. All right, it was Click with Adam Sandler.
Really?
Yes,
An Adam Sandler movie?
and there's a scene where his dad. I don't know if you remember that movie. You remember that movie where you can fast forward and rewind time?
I actually never saw it.
So his dad is played by Henry Winkler, the Fonz.
Oh, okay.
And there's so what happens is he fast forwards into the future, and he finds out that his dad has died. So he's like, I want to go back to the last time I saw my dad. So he rewinds to the last time he sees his dad, and he's being an absolute asshole to his dad. And I was like, oh man. And I didn't even cry in that scene. It was like later on in the movie, the roles are reversed where Adam Sandler's old and his family's kind of walking off on him, and like just this one tear, just one tear kind of rolled down. And I quickly wiped it away. I was like, that didn't happen. What are you talking about? But yeah, that was the only time. But there's some things that get me close. But man, some people tell me they cry from comic books. I'm like, man, that must be some comic book.
I've had some emotional stories get to me a little bit.
I don't know. It's like seeing something, because when you watch a movie, they set the tone with the music and all that sort of stuff. A comic book is like, my friend told me that he teared up in Flashpoint. And I read Flashpoint. I was like, oh, yeah, I want to read this. Let's put it to the test. And I was like, what? I get it. It was an emotional moment, but I don't know. Reading it is not quite the same, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, you probably didn't have like a deep connection with the characters in it either.
Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, well, probably not as much as you guys. So you saw the Flash trailer, yeah?
Yeah.
So there's that bit where he walks, there's the lady in the kitchen, and he walks up and just grabs her on the shoulder, and then it kind of cuts. I didn't get that, but now I'm understanding that's probably his mum, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so it took me a while to kind of realize, oh wait, in Flashpoint, yeah, so that kind of makes sense.
I just hope if they do like a Flashpoint story, I hope they really do it justice, because I've heard rumors that the Reverse Flash isn't going to be a part of the movie, which just seems weird to me, because the Reverse Flash was the one that killed Barry's mom to begin with. So I'm hoping that's just like a misdirect, and they're just saying that.
Grey Man, yeah. See, he cries some comics. Crisis 7. I like how you use the tear emoji with the smile. See, there's like a smile emoji with a tear. There's nothing wrong with tearing up in movies. It's just like when people tell me that they tear up in a movie, I want to put it to the test. So I always want to watch that movie to see.
Yeah.
Because it's fun to it's not like I don't get emotional. I get emotional. It's just like I kind of fight the tears from rolling.
Yeah. Well, I teared up a little bit in Endgame when Cap got Mjolnir for the first time. That was like some nerd tears right there. Some joy.
Yeah, see, I remember being in the cinema, right? And when that happened, everyone was like, yeah, like everyone was like cheering and stuff like that and like gasping. And I was kind of sitting there like, what? I didn't get the importance. I didn't get the reference. I don't know.
Like, who cares?
That's a good point. Simply, a lot of people. It's all the animal movies, Marley and Me. There's that movie. What's it called? It might be an Australian film, Red Dog, I think it's called. And everyone says they tear up in that, and I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind watching that.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I'll tell you what else I teared up for, but it wasn't a movie, so it doesn't count. I had some tears at Michael Jackson's funeral when his daughter made the speech. I was like,
yeah.
whoa, this is rough. Titanic.
Yeah, there was totally room for Jack on that.
Yeah, I know. Maybe not though. Maybe if they were both on there, it would have sunk.
No, I don't think so, man. I saw an episode of Mythbusters. They proved they both could have fit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I like how the Halloween stream got into a conversation about Titanic.
Yeah, and crying.
Yeah. Emotional story time. Let's see Batman cry.
So what are the horror movies, man? What other horror movies did you sort of, I don't know, enjoy growing up and stuff like that?
Well, the very first horror movie I ever saw, I can't remember exactly how old I was. I was somewhere between 8 and 10, and I saw Child's Play.
Yeah.
And after I saw that movie, I remember not being able to go to sleep because I had like a shelf with some action figures on it and stuff. I kept looking at those and getting freaked out. So I remember getting up, sneaking outside, and we had this water heater cover. I picked it up and I put all those in that, and I slammed the cover down on it and snuck back in the house, went to sleep.
Yeah. I remember there were some nights when Arachnophobia would be on TV, and I'd be watching that before bed, and then it was tough to get to sleep, thinking there were spiders in my bed. There was this other movie which not many people know of when I mention it, but there was an old movie, and I remember when I first saw it, I could not sleep as well. It was called Blood Beach, I think. I can't even really remember what it was about. I just remember it was like about this beach, and like these little holes would appear, and there was some monster underneath the sand that would like be taking people. But yeah, for some reason that movie scared me enough to not be able to sleep. One of my earliest memories, though, because I watched Child's Play a little bit later on, like everyone had already seen, like there was already like 3 Child's Plays by the time I saw it. One of my earliest ones I remember, because I used to, my brothers are all like 10 years older than me at least, right? So they used to show me a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have been watching when I was a little kid. And I remember seeing, I think, Nightmare on Elm Street, the third one, I think it was. Seeing that, and that used to, I had like a nightmare with Freddy in it. And yeah, the Freddy movies were cool. I did like them though, but I did get scared as well.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street was good. I remember having some Nightmares of Freddy 2 coming up. But one of my all-time favorites still to this day is The Shining. Love that movie.
Yeah, creepy.
Probably seen it more than any other horror movie.
I actually saw there was some remake. It was like a TV miniseries, which came out, and I actually watched that before I saw the original. I saw the original because I studied Stanley Kubrick in high school. I was doing I did like video production and stuff like that. So we had to study Stanley. It was Stanley Kubrick, and we had to compare 2 directors, and I think it was Stanley Kubrick and Tim Burton or something like that. It was something weird. I'm sure I didn't do well. Yeah, Metarog knows. The only place safe is in the water. I'm pretty sure that's the Blood Beach.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I haven't heard of that one.
I don't know if it'll hold up, mate. It was an old movie.
Some of the old ones, man, they're like some of the best because They might not have like the best effects or best like stories and stuff, but just the atmosphere of them
Yeah.
was enough to scare you. Like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, man,
That
that's
was one of
creepy.
the scariest movies I ever saw when I was a kid. And I think, rewatching it, there was only like 2 deaths in the movie, and you saw them both like off screen, where he just like pulled that one person in through the metal door and slammed it, and you could just hear the mallet, but you didn't see anything. It was just left to the imagination.
Yeah, they
And you
definitely
could
was
tell it
definitely.
was so low budget, but it made such an impact.
You never used to see anything in those movies.
Yeah.
Like it was always like you'd have to wait to the end to see everything. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the bit where they're eating dinner with the family, sort of thing,
Yeah.
that was just creepy, man. That was just like that. Yeah, they definitely had a way of doing things back in the day, which is I think better than what they do now.
It's cool. I don't know if you ever played the Resident Evil games, but in Resident Evil 7, you're in this house with the Baker family, and they sort of do an homage to that scene where they're all sitting around the table eating. Super cool.
There's also what's that Rob Zombie movie? What's it?
Was it House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yes, that I feel like there was a big homage to Texas. I'm pretty sure there's a scene in that where they're all at the dinner table and it's really freaky.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And there's a couple of scenes which look like they've taken it from Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well. I'm pretty sure he is a big fan of that stuff, Rob Zombie.
Have you ever seen The Hills Have Eyes, the remake they did in, I think it was the early 2000s?
The Devil's Rejects was the second one. Metarog was the sequel. Hills Have Eyes. No, I've only seen the original with that guy. What's his name? You know the guy.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name.
The guy with the head. My mate knows his name because who was it? Robbie from what's it called? Pop Culture Philosophy or whatever philosophers. I saw him on Instagram. He had a photo with the dude, and I showed my friend at work. My friend knew his name. No one knows that guy's name. He's just the guy from The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah. Wasn't he in the first Mad Max movie too?
Yeah, I think he was in Mad Max. He was. Oh no, it would be the second one. I think he was in Beyond. Yeah. And he was also in Weird Science.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie.
And he was also in a Motley Crue music video, "Smoking in the Boys' Room." Speaking of Weird Science, do you know who else? Can you remember who else was in Weird Science?
I can't remember their names, like their real names.
So not the main two, but there was like the bullies.
The dude that played Chet, was that his name?
No, that was Bill Paxton, I think.
Yeah.
But someone, yes, Metarog. Man, Metarog is a movie master. Yes, Robert Downey Jr. was one of the bullies in it. He's great. He's so good in it. That movie, it's been a while now, but last time I watched it, it was so hilarious because I like to show that movie to people who like younger people who haven't seen it. We haven't seen Weird Science. This is the best. It's so good.
The biggest thing I remember from that movie was Kelly LeBrock.
Yes. Do you remember the Weird Science TV series?
There was a TV series?
Oh my god, dude! I used to love it. It was so bad. It was kind of like the style of it was really like low budget, Saved by the Bell kind of style. But I used to love it. It was I can't remember. What was the Vanessa Angel was the chick who played? So there was all B grade actors, but it used to be on like when I came home from school. Yeah, Bill Paxton was Chet.
But man, I had no idea they did a series. Did it last long?
I'm pretty sure it went for at least a couple of seasons. It came out on DVD not that long ago, and it came out for it came out for like a month and then it got deleted again. And I'm so upset I didn't buy it. It was kind of really bad at the start though, like it was really bad and cheesy, but it kind of got good. Like when I kind of stopped watching it, every time I did catch an episode, it was like, oh, this is actually really good. Vanessa Angel, yes, she was very. Vanessa Angel, she was also in Kingpin, the bowling movie with Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray.
That movie was a trip.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a good movie. Vanessa Angel. I remember in the intro to that show, there was like a teaser that would be like they got to see Vanessa Angel naked, and then when it came to that episode and you see her naked, you do, but like there's like these built-in censors, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Why is it censored?" And she's like, "Because you guys are too young." But so you were going to say about Hills Have Eyes, the new one?
Yeah, it was really good. It's the only actress I remember by name was Emily DeRabin. She played on the TV show Lost. She was in that movie. And that was just so good, man. One of the better remakes, I think.
I didn't actually mind the Halloween remake that Rob Zombie did. I don't know if people like it or not, but I didn't actually mind it. Yeah, you go, Grey Man. Michael Berryman is the guy, the original Hills Have Eyes guy. Yeah, I don't mind some of the remakes, but I feel like you need to see because so when Scream first came out, because you know how there was the character Jamie Kennedy's character Randy, who was like the movie horror expert.
Yeah,
I love that so much, right? So I was like, I want to be that guy. So I just went and watched all the horror movies and all the classic ones, and some of them are rough. Some of them aren't easy to sit through because they're
really.
kind of slow.
I remember one really like horrible movie. It was I think the name of it was Metal Beast, and it was about this like half cyborg, half werewolf, and it was so garbage, but it was just hilarious to watch. There was a transformation scene in that movie that literally took 10 minutes of just the dude like and transforming, and the woman just stood there and watched the whole time instead of running. So bad.
There's some movie with David Bowie in it where he transforms into like a cat. I can't remember what that is. I haven't seen it, but I just saw a scene from it recently and it was so bad. Hi, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon.
I can't do horror. It's funny because I went through that phase when I was younger where I literally was just like I want to be like the horror king, and then as I got older, I just stopped caring. But I really do enjoy the genre. Like when I watch it, I'm like, horror movies are fun. Like they're fun to watch for sure.
Yeah. Another good remake, man, was I don't think a lot of people liked it, but it was Dawn of the Dead when they did the remake with I think Ving Rhames was in it.
That's the one where they're on top of the buildings. Yeah, they're on top of the. Yeah, that was good. I liked it.
They were in this mall. I liked that one. I liked it a lot, man. The effects were good. The zombies, it just looked sweet.
Yeah, Cat People. There's a bit in Cat People. I saw it on. I think it was on Joe Rogan's podcast they were talking about, and they showed like this scene, and it was so bad. It just looks so bad, like the effects that they tried to do.
I remember one movie I know like just horrible when they did with just bad acting and everything. I don't think I didn't make it through the whole movie, but I think it was called Troll. And there's just one scene where this dude is standing there. He's like, something like, "Oh no, they're eating them, and then they're gonna eat me." Just horrible acting. I think the name of it was Troll. Such a weird movie.
Have I frozen or have you frozen?
It looks good on my end.
All right. Have you ever watched any of the Japanese horror movies?
Yeah, I've seen a few. I saw one called The Audition.
Oh,
was really good.
There's a Stray Dogs cover for that. It was actually because I was we were going through all the covers with my friends at work, and they're not in comic books where everyone was trying to guess the movie. And there was one of them that no one could get, but then one of my friends was like Audition. But I haven't actually seen that one.
Oh, really? It's a slow build. The first 45, maybe 50 minutes, it just seems like a regular movie. Nothing crazy happening. And then like the last 15 minutes of the movie, it goes insane with the horror, man. I don't want to spoil anything in case you do watch it, but definitely recommend it.
There's just some of the really funny ones though, where I never know how to explain. They're almost like B grade, but they're just so funny and ridiculous. Like wow, what's it like Chainsaw Girl or something like that? This is been some really stupid ones, and they're hilarious to watch with friends.
I haven't seen this one, but I've seen people talking about it. It's called Zombie Beavers or something.
Yeah, like that sort of stuff. I haven't seen it,
Yeah,
but
I heard that was
that, sounds,
horrible.
that sounds like the stuff I'm talking about. I can't
Yeah.
remember the things I'm thinking of though. Like we used to watch them all the time. I can't remember any of off the top of my head though.
Another
But
good one is Train to Busan. That's a great zombie flick.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Really? That's super good, man. It just
Uh,
the story is like super compelling, along with the horror aspect of it.
Is that an
It's
old
still
one
a
though?
fantastic story. Now I think it came out early to mid 2000s, maybe
Yeah, see,
2014, 2015, maybe.
later stuff I'm not into. Like I just lost interest in like zombie films and all that
Yeah.
altogether. So anything that's more modern, like
Yeah.
that, what's it, World War Z or whatever, like that looked interesting, but
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care about zombies.
The Train to Busan is more story than it's got some horror in it and really good horror, but the story that it builds up around these characters is just really good.
What about? Have you seen The Descent?
The Descent.
Yeah, it's
That's
about like this.
they were like in a cave, right? Stuck in a
Yeah,
cave. Yeah, I've seen
yeah.
that.
That was. I thought that was a great movie. I can't remember it very well, but I remember at the time when I watched it, it was pretty damn good.
I remember
I never.
one. What was you gonna say?
No, you go.
I can't remember the name of the movie, but it had the actor from Boy Meets World that played Sean, and it was about this flesh-eating bacteria. It was a crazy movie. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it was it was borderline cheesy, but also kind of scary.
I was gonna say before that I'd never seen like The Ring or The Grudge, but I
Oh, really?
remember the like the Japanese versions though. The trailer to The Grudge used to freak me out. Like that, there's this little kid in it, and he's all, oh man, I couldn't. That was something that I couldn't sleep after I saw it. There's a scene where I think she wakes up and he's just like looking at her. I was like, oh my god.
I really like those movies, Grudge and Ring both. Grudge mostly I like because of Sarah Michelle Gellar. I was a huge Buffy fan when I was a kid, and I always had a crush on Sarah Michelle growing up. So when The
Yeah.
Grudge came out, I had to check it out.
Hey, God Tank. Yeah, so I definitely liked Sarah Michelle Gellar because of Buffy. But my crush in high school was Jennifer Love Hewitt. And when I Know What You Did Last Summer, I can't remember what movie I walked out of. And then I walked out and there was this giant cardboard stand of I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I was like, is that Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar in one movie? I couldn't believe it. Because you know how they've remade, there's like an I Know What You Did Last Summer. I think it's like a TV series or something on Netflix at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now I'm so behind on news. I didn't even know that.
There's an ad that keeps coming up on Instagram for me, and it's got like the cast from the new I Know What You Did Last Summer series, but it's got all the original cast in this little trailer thing as well. They're not in the show, but they're just like talking. And Jennifer Love Hewitt looks very different, but
really
very good. She looked.
I know she had a TV series for a while called Ghost Whisperer.
Yeah, and then after that, she had another one that was a little bit more adult. I didn't watch it. I was just like, by then I was like, I'm not in high school anymore. Buffy was only worth watching for Spike. What about
Spike?
What about Angel? Buffy got really, because I watched the first 2 seasons of Buffy and then I stopped watching it, and then I just happened to catch it. It started playing late night telly. So one night I caught an episode, and it was like, Buffy and an angel were like kind of fighting against each other, and then she kills him or something like that.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, he like falls out of the sky or something like that, and he's back. And then it led into the what's her name, Faith, coming into it and all that. And I was like, man, this has gotten really good.
Yeah.
Because
I
the
liked
first season,
the character Faith when she came onto the show.
because the first season was really cheesy, and then it got, you can just tell, like the first season had that Saved by the Bell feel, the way it looked and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then right at the end of it, it started having more of that sort of cinematic feel.
Sharon wasn't an Angel fan.
Can you remember? I don't really remember it. I remember the actors in it, but do you remember the Buffy movie?
Yeah, with, what was her name? Christy Swanson?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I think it was Christy Swanson or Kirsty Swanson, one of them. And then was it
Luke Perry was in it.
Yeah, Luke
Yeah.
Perry was in it. It wasn't good.
See,
Sadly, never watched Buffy before. I guess it just depends. Like in the time, it was just like the thing to watch.
yeah. I think it was mid-'90s when it first came out.
Yeah. You know what? I completely forgot that Sarah Michelle Gellar was in Scream 2.
Oh, yeah, she was. For a minute.
Yeah, she's at the start. She plays Drew Barrymore's kind of character in the movie that they're watching.
That upset me when I saw. I was like, dang it! Every time they get Buffy in a movie, they kill her.
Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm wrong. No, she was a proper character in Scream 2. The character was there's an actress who played the character that played the actress that played Drew Barrymore was Heather Graham. Do you remember Heather Graham? She was the girl who was in Austin Powers 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been reading. Yeah, I never thought about reading Buffy. I've got the Faith book that came out not long ago. I thought about reading that. But I'm scared. I'm scared to get into too many new titles, especially nostalgic ones. There's some great Jenny Frison.
I've got one Buffy comic that I got in I think a mystery box or something.
I've been considering cover buying a couple of Buffy books because Jenny Frison did some Buffy covers.
Oh, Frison did some?
Yeah. Got to get in those. Best vampire movie. Go.
Oh wow. I love the first Underworld movie with Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. She was the best part about it, though.
Yeah, I love that it was like vampires versus werewolves, Matrix style. That reminded me of the Matrix, man.
I love definitely the feel of it and like the gothy, thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Lost Boys, man. Lost Boys is probably my favorite vampire movie.
Yeah. I was just thinking Kate Beckinsale. That was the first thing that popped in my mind.
Yeah, Blade was good.
Yeah, the first one. The second one was okay. The third one kind of.
I like the second one. I thought the second one was great. Because the first one in some way is good, but the first one was kind of slow, while the second one kind of was a bit more on steroids.
They're all going super old school.
Nosferatu, yeah. I've seen a little bit of that, but not the whole thing. Oh, again, when I was when I was like a film buff back when I was younger, I felt like I had to watch that, but it was rough.
I've actually never seen that. I've seen some of the older movies with like Lon Chaney, Bela Lugosi, stuff like that when I was a little kid. But I don't think I've ever seen Nosferatu.
Yeah, man. Lost Boys is like the 80s rock movie. 80s rock movie. There was a second Lost Boys movie, I think, that I watched,
Really?
and I'm pretty sure Corey Feldman was in it. I feel like it had the Frog Brothers in it. And they were supposed to do one. They were supposed to do one with like girls in it too. I think I got a feeling Kiefer Sutherland's like nephew or something was like in the sequel.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Lost
I might have to look that up.
It wasn't great. Like, so the vampires in it were like these. They were all like extreme, like jackass generation dudes. So they were doing things like running around, filming each other, doing stupid stuff. Like there's one bit where they're at like the vampire party, and like one of them just like with a camera runs past and he slices the guy in the stomach, so the guy's intestines fall out. Because he's a vampire, he doesn't die. He's just like, oh, what are you doing to me? It is, yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I heard ages ago they're supposed to do like Lost Girls. I'll be like, yeah, that'd be good. Movie top. Yeah, I really want to get. I've got the movie homage to Lost Boys, the DC one with the Titans, but there's the Marvel one. Have you seen the Marvel one?
No.
Oh, dude, it is. It's heaps better than the DC one. I'll just quickly look it up for you. Because there was some X-Men story thing which had a whole bunch of cool homage covers. Look at that.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah.
That's
so there's
cool.
that. And then there's the DC one, which I've got, but the DC one's nowhere near as good. If I can find it. Oh, yeah. That's the DC one.
That's pretty sweet too, man.
Yeah, it's good, but the other one, I like the art style better than the other one. But I'm still stoked that I've got this.
I can't remember what book it was now, but I remember one of the comics did a homage to Underworld.
Yeah, it was from the
Marvel book, but
it was from that
same for like ridiculous prices.
Yeah, it was from that same little. I don't know what it means, but like I keep seeing the word necrotia on a lot of those covers when I look them up on eBay. But yeah, there was the Underworld one. There's like a Dracula one. There's heaps, and I want them all, but I can't. They go for a lot more. Like the DC ones, you'll find really cheap, but the Marvel ones are.
I think I saw a slab of it for like $1,100. I'm like, oh my god, dude, that's ridiculous. You could buy like a huge like silver or golden age key for that price.
That's what you should do. Oh, all right, mate. Is there anything else you want to talk about? We've hit the hour mark.
No, I think that'll wrap it up, man. You got anything coming up on your channel?
I've got an unboxing of a Kotobukiya statue that I filmed. I'm at the moment I'm editing a video for Whack Comics. They wanted to do like a horror movie trailer, and I started editing that, and it's going to be a good one. It's some of my best editing work, I think.
Nice.
But yeah, other than that, I'm going to try to do another collectible show and tell stream this weekend. I'm not positive, but yeah, I'm going to try to get that going. And yeah, other than that, the usual stuff, my weekly hauls.
That's cool. Coming up on my channel, I have another going through my comic book collection. It'll probably be this Saturday, and I may do a some kind of horror gameplay stream on Halloween night.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea.
I think that might be something fun. I'm just kind of trying to decide which game to use right now.
What was that game again that I was watching you play ages ago? The one where you can die and the game just keeps going with different storylines and stuff?
Oh yeah, I did that last year for Halloween. It's called Until Dawn.
Yeah, that was scary watching that.
I
prefer watching people play those games than playing those games.
Yeah. It's a fun game, man. It was just like an interactive movie. No matter what decision you made or what characters lived or died, it continued on, and it just had a different ending. I think there's something like 7 or 8 different endings for that game.
Thanks, mate.
All right, that'll do it. Once again, there is now Simply Super merch on my Redbubble store. If you guys want to check that out, that is just one of 14 different designs now. I have my face on a ton of products, from shirts to shower curtains to sheets. So if you ever wanted to sleep with Super Russ, buy a blanket. Also, SimpleSimon's channel is the first link in the description. What are you sitting at? 850 now?
Yeah, about 850. So next stop is 900. I'll do another giveaway, and then I will do a road to 1,000, hopefully.
Nice. Let's see if we can get Simon to 1,000 by the end of the year.
That'd be nice.
So if you're not subbed to him, click that link, sub him up. Right below that is my Patreon link. If you guys want to help me buy more stuff, click on that. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Keep simple.
Now, what was it Gray Man said? 99 from 9,000?
That's right.
Peace, guys.